Hi, thank you for joining me for my third process video for Hey Little Magpie this month using Pink Paislee's Joyful Notes. And today I'm documenting just an everyday photo of some tulips that my mum bought me in April. Sometimes I do like to document the small things, and this is one of them. So I decided to go with a diagonal design going from top left to bottom right, but first of all I wanted to use a circle to mount my photo onto. So I've just used my We Are Memory Keepers circle cutter to cut a 6-inch circle from that lovely blue tone-on-tone paper. And then I've chosen that love title from the foam thickers. So now I'm coming in with my Tim Holtz Stampers Anonymous stamps to create a little bit of a background. So I've got spun sugar, which is the pink, and then bundled sage, my favourite green. And I'm just choosing two of these paint, I don't know what they're called, paintbrush strokes, I suppose, stamps to add that ink to the right hand side of that circle. So I've got 2 rows of the pink so far. Now I'm going to add the green, and I'm going to do secondary and tertiary stamping above and below just to bring a lighter tone of that green in. And then I'm going to do the same with the pink. It barely shows, but it does add something to the page, just a tiny bit of something. So there we go, that's the background created. Now I'm going to mount the photo onto some white cardstock just to provide that lovely border and give it a bit of definition. I've printed this photo in 4x6. It printed with a little white border, and then I trimmed it down so that it's about 4x4.5, slightly taller than it is wide. So now I'm going to distress the edge of this circle, just again to add a bit of texture to the page and provide a bit of definition. And you can see on the right hand side there I've pulled out 3 of the Hey Little Magpie dies, border dies, which I'm going to use to layer onto that circle. So I've got the 2 bumpy borders and then the torn paper one. So there's that circle distressed, just getting rid of those paper dust, bringing the photo back in. And then I think I'm going to choose the papers to cut those 3 borders from. So I've got that lovely rich tone purple, the blue with the text on, and then that navy blue with the floral. So I'm just going to cut 1-inch pieces. It could have been a bit less actually when I used the dies, but I've just cut 1-inch by 12-inch piece, and then I'm going to take them to my Sizzix and cut those out. As if by magic, there they are. So when I layer them down, you'll see that the navy blue one sort of fades into the background with the navy blue back. So I solve that by layering it on top of the pale blue piece. So I'll glue this down, but then I'll push the little pale blue piece underneath the edge of that. You'll see in a second. And I'm going to stagger these against one another. So this is where I bring that pale blue piece in. Just lift up those bumps and push it down, and then the burgundy piece or purple piece I'm going to add to the right hand side and have the bumps facing to the left. So that creates a really nice texture and draws your eye from top to bottom of the page, focusing in on the photo of course because that's layered over the top. So my title's going to read Love This. It was when I was putting the title down onto the photo, which I'll do shortly, that I realised it's the same font as the thickers, so that worked perfectly. So I just pulled the thickers out for the second part of the title. I'm just playing about. I pulled out all the florals from the 2 ephemera packs, and I'm just playing about to create that diagonal now. I do end up using both of these wreaths at the top there as sort of a base to add the florals to, and I'm messing about with both the paper pieces and also the vellum because again it provides a different texture and a different look to the page. At the bottom I'm focusing more on the structural pieces, so the bits with stems and things. I toy with bringing this bird in, but I don't in the end. I just stick to the florals. So you can see there's one with stems, and that just extends the line for me quite easily. So just building these diagonals up. Almost there now. And this is where I add the title. Nothing's stuck down. I do stick the photo down, but I haven't stuck anything else down, and just go along. And I do stick the circle down. That's something that, but I do add the title here without having stuck any of those florals down. So I just go in with my glue afterwards, you'll see, and just add the glue underneath the bits and pieces as I go. So here's that love title, and then as I say, I could then come in with the gold and foam thickers that are in the collection and add this. I think that's my last tea, so I'm going to have to be careful about what I use these for now on. I suppose the kids don't have teas in their names, so I can use them for their names. So almost there. And you can see how these letters are layering over those florals, but it's not a problem. I will just add glue. You can see now, just coming in with my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and I'm just adding glue to the centres so that I can curl the edges of these pieces up, just to provide a little bit of definition on the page. I love those vellum pieces because when you add glue to the middle, the edges curl up a little bit, so that provides natural definition and height. So onto the top. And just, you can see I'm just curling up the edges slightly on some of these pieces. I'm not using any foam or anything. It will flatten slightly when it goes into the album, but for now I'm really enjoying that texture, and it won't look odd when it's flat anyway. So just putting that piece up to get it glued on. And then I realised that those border dies do need to be glued down flat onto the page as well, because they're just running free at the moment, and I'm worried that when I put this in my album they're going to move and get damaged. So just running a bead of glue along the edges and getting those stuck down. And now I'm going to come in with my journaling. Oh, I do add a tag to the left hand side there. I hadn't realised how much of the circle I'd left showing on the left hand side. I really should have put the photo over to the left a little bit more. So this tag just hides a lot of that navy blue. It's also an opportunity for me to add the date there as well. So just cutting off the end because it wouldn't all fit underneath, and that means I've got another piece to use in the future. And then here's my journaling, and my journaling just reads, "Beautiful tulips from Mum on one of her daily shopping trips to town, just because, how lucky am I?" So it's just getting that documented for the future. Now this is a tiny bit of American seam binding that I had left in this beautiful teal colour, so I'm just going to glue that down to the page through the hole of the tag. So it looks like it's tied on, but it's not. It's just glue that holds it into that shape. And then using my roller date stamp to add the date on that tag. And that's pretty much the layout done. I'm just going to add some little splattery bits at the end. So first of all, these gorgeous gems that I've got in my stash. I bet we've all got these, haven't we? These little adhesive crystals. So this is a slightly bigger size of gold one that I'm bringing in, and then a smaller size of pale blue. These are just the colours that are in the collection, and it works really nicely. And then finally I'm going to bring in my watercolour, my gold watercolour, cover the photo and just add some splatters on that diagonal line, adding a tiny bit around the circle as well, but mainly focusing on that diagonal line. And that's the layout done. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope I've inspired you, and I shall see you again soon. Bye.